Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Coffee Chat with Angie, episode number 4, where we talk about eco-friendly ideas fighting against the shit stem of the bully dozer. Hi, how you doing? Okay, whew. It's snowing outside. Dang it, it's supposed to be spring. That's part of spring every year, isn't it? Okay, language. Language. Humanistic linguistic logic formalizing dualties. That's what this is going to be about. Have you spent much time thinking about the role language plays in the disharmonies at the base of why we still use war as a means to solve arguments and entitlements? The word occult simply means hidden. It's the information they didn't say, that they learned in their training and schooling. And it's all based on the Sephiroth. The Sephiroth, in case you didn't know, is the meanings you put personal and or traditional symbols to corresponding to the numbers 1 through 10. Each number therefore ends up with correspondences of, besides numbers, with colors, planets, mythological creatures, letters, Hebrew letters, tarot cards. Really, it's personal how much and where you personalize it. Real enough to work, real enough to communicate, because it's really a language, isn't it? The Sephirah, also called the Kabbalah, that the occult is based on, is the same thing religions and occults have based everything on. But it's beyond that. It's in art, music, language, calendars, and many extra religious and religious bases. And that's because it's language. Collecting what we know exists beyond the mundane and putting words with letters to it. So it's part of the language. When two religions, for example, argue over religious dogma, they are really just arguing over language. And in the hidden realms of the occult, we learn what we can just personalize correspondences to our own working Kabbalah, the Sephirah. And that's Kabbalah with a Q, the Tetragrammaton, the Sefer Yetzirah. That's why some sincerity exists in everyone's perspective and version of the truth. Because some places in the mind can find personalized correspondences or traditional. More likely some kind of mixture of the two. Then the cultish leader narcissistically exclaims his correspondences are the same for everybody. And he neglects to admit the part about how anyone can do it. So those get hidden, which is what the word occult means, the order of Melchizedek. And in these, the modern days, days of such accessible information and language, these, the spiral times, the gig is up on some of that stuff. We saw the man, like the hippies say, the man behind the curtain. We now know we can be free thinkers and can be critical. With billions and billions more humans than ever before, we must figure this all out if we are to survive. Maybe the path to peace for us is to give up the gig. God is within our heart, Tiferet, where we connect to the creative sources of our intelligence as humans, the planet's dominating species, the humans. Our language, our thoughts, the meaning of the number one love, unity and diversity, first is from within, Jah, starting from the Tetragrammaton, not an imaginary man in the sky, and no book is the infallible word of that man. The gig is up. Jah is within. We make our destiny. The man has no power but what we give him. The meaning of the number one, the light bulb above the head, across the abyss, bringing it down through real magic to number 10, manifest form. We create our future and present, as individuals, as groups, countries, species. But for us to move to the next step, which is to mature out of the belief war is the only way, killing is stupid, a lose-lose, we need a win-win, like the refocus and reprioritizing of money, energy toward a modern perspective. It's time to update. Obviously, some of what we call truth is actually just a controlled illusion, a perspective, a version. Needing everyone to fit in the same size clothes is ignorant. Everything is not black and white, male and female, us and them, divide and conquer. Both gender and sexuality are spectrums. There are transgender animals. That's the facts, the science of what it all means. Keyword evidence. So considering the evidence and facts, war is stupid. Trying to make people that aren't transgender feel superior, elite, innate, and natural. Alienating those that are not. Trying to make people that aren't transgender feel superior, elite, and with nature, which alienates those that are transgender. And this is not conducive to the world we must become to survive. Holding on to the belief that an imaginary man will come from the sky and say, you have been right all along, and everyone else has been wrong. And that's the only way we can live in peace, to refocus our energy on what needs our attention to survive, being in the billions. That's wrong. Like Ali Selassie says, time to modernize. International matters should be handled by a UN type organization. The medieval mindset that we need to kill everyone that isn't us because we are a royalty of snobs and the poor better feel the same, bullshit. Unity and diversity then become more one with the earth. Basically a working Kabbalah. We can do this, you guys. Come on. Right? And you know this.